Shattered vows. Sophia and Daniel had been married for 10 years, their relationship seemingly perfect from the outside. Sophia, an artist, poured her heart into her paintings, while Daniel worked as a corporate lawyer, often late at the office. Their bond was built on love, trust, and shared dreams, or so Sophia thought. One evening, while Daniel was in the shower, a message popped up on his phone. Curious and unsettled by the late-night texts, Sophia glanced at the screen and froze. The message was from a woman named Claire. "I miss you already. Last night was magical." Sophia's world crumbled in an instant. Confronting Daniel, she learned the truth. He had been having an affair for 6 months with a woman from his office. His reasons were weak: work stress, temptation, and a drifting connection at home. Daniel begged for forgiveness, claiming he still loved her and wanted to save their marriage. Devastated, Sophia left their home to clear her mind, moving temporarily to her sister's house. In the weeks that followed, she wrestled with the betrayal. Daniel sent heartfelt letters, tried to call, and even started therapy to prove he was committed to change. But Sophia couldn't ignore the pain. Determined not to be defined by Daniel's actions, Sophia focused on herself. She began painting again, this time channeling her emotions into her work. She created a series called Fractured Love, which quickly gained attention in the art community. Her pieces depicted the rawness of betrayal and the journey to healing. Daniel, meanwhile, truly changed. He quit his high-stress job, cut ties with Claire, and worked on himself through therapy and volunteering. Slowly, Sophia saw his efforts and started to believe in his sincerity. After a year of separation, they met again at an art gallery where Sophia's Fractured Love series was displayed. Daniel, standing before a painting of a broken heart mended with gold, broke down. "I was a fool to destroy what we had," he said, tears streaming. Sophia, still guarded, admitted, "I'm stronger now, and I won't let myself be hurt again. If you want my love, you'll have to earn it every single day." Their story became one of reconciliation, not built on forgetting the past, but learning from it. Daniel proved his loyalty through consistent actions, and Sophia rediscovered her self-worth. Together, they rebuilt their marriage on a foundation stronger than before, though scarred, like the gold-filled cracks in Sophia's painting. Shattered Vows. Chapter 1. Perfect Facade. Sophia Martinez stood before her easel, the vibrant colors of her latest painting reflecting the turmoil within her heart. Her studio, a spacious loft filled with canvases and sketches, was her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the complexities of her life. Yet, today, even the familiar strokes of her brush felt heavy, burdened by the weight of recent revelations. Across town, Daniel Martinez sat in his sleek glass-walled office, staring blankly at the piles of legal documents scattered across his desk. As a corporate lawyer for one of the city's top firms, his life was a whirlwind of meetings, courtrooms, and late-night work sessions. On the surface, he had it all: a successful career, a beautiful wife, and a comfortable home. But beneath the polished exterior, cracks were beginning to show. Sophia and Daniel had been married for 10 years. Their love story was one that friends envied. How they met at a mutual friends' art exhibition, their whirlwind romance, and the dream home they built together. Sophia, with her free-spirited nature and creative soul, balanced Daniel's structured, methodical approach to life. They complemented each other perfectly, or so Sophia had believed. But lately, Sophia had felt a growing distance between them. Daniel was always busy, often coming home late from the office, his mind preoccupied with cases and client demands. Their conversations had dwindled to polite exchanges about their day, lacking the depth and intimacy that once defined their relationship. One chilly autumn evening, as Sophia was putting the finishing touches on a new painting titled Echoes of Us, she noticed Daniel seemed distracted. He was unusually quiet, his eyes distant as he absent-mindedly traced patterns on his phone's screen. Sophia tried to engage him, asking about his day, but he responded with brief, non-committal answers before returning to his work. After dinner, as Daniel prepared for bed, Sophia decided to clean up the kitchen. She noticed his phone left on the counter, the screen still lit. Curious and a bit uneasy, she glanced at the messages. Her heart skipped a beat when she saw a conversation with a woman named Claire. The messages were late-night texts, filled with affectionate language and plans to meet again. Sophia's stomach churned. She had trusted Daniel implicitly, believing their bond was unbreakable. Doubt gnawed at her, leading her to confront him the next morning. Chapter 2. The Confrontation. The sun streamed through the bedroom window as Sophia sat on the edge of their bed, her hands trembling. Daniel entered the room, the weight of sleep evident in his eyes. "Daniel, we need to talk," she began, her voice barely above a whisper. He looked up, confusion flickering across his face. "Sure. What's on your mind?" Sophia took a deep breath, summoning the courage to voice her fears. "Last night I saw your messages with Claire." Daniel's face paled, his eyes darting to his phone before meeting Sophia's gaze. "Sophia, I can explain." Tears welled up in her eyes. "Explain what? That you've been talking to another woman? That you've been unfaithful?" He sighed, running a hand through his hair. "It's not what you think. Claire and we became close through work. It started innocently, just professional, but then it evolved." Sophia's heart ached. "Evolved into what, Daniel?" "An affair?" Daniel shook his head, his expression pained. "It's not an affair. I was stressed. Work has been intense, and I guess I sought comfort. But it never meant anything. I still love you, Sophia." Sophia felt a mixture of relief and lingering doubt. "How long has this been going on?" 6 months, he admitted. "I never meant for it to go this far. I was trying to handle everything, but I lost my way." Sophia looked away, trying to process the betrayal. "Why? Why didn't you come to me? We could have worked through it together." Daniel moved closer, reaching out to take her hand. "I was ashamed. I didn't want to hurt you. I thought I could manage it on my own, but I was wrong." Silence filled the room, the weight of unspoken emotions pressing down on both of them. Sophia pulled her hand away, standing up. I need some time, Daniel. I need to think. With that, she left the room, her footsteps echoing down the hallway as she retreated to the solitude of her studio. The vibrant colours of her paintings now seemed muted, overshadowed by the darkness creeping into her heart. Chapter 3. Fractured Trust. The days that followed were a blur for Sophia. She moved back to her sister's house, seeking solace in the presence of her family. Her paintings, once a source of joy, became a reflection of her pain and confusion. She found herself staring blankly at canvases, unable to summon the creativity that had always flowed so effortlessly. Meanwhile, Daniel was a man torn apart. The guilt of his actions weighed heavily on him, and he couldn't shake the image of Sophia's tear-streaked face. Determined to make amends, he sought therapy, hoping to understand the root of his infidelity and find a way to repair the damage he had caused. He began writing letters to Sophia, pouring out his heart and expressing his remorse. Each letter was a testament to his love and his desire to rebuild their marriage. He also made significant changes, quitting his high-stress job, reducing his hours at the office, and cutting ties with Claire entirely. Sophia, however, was reluctant to forgive. The pain of betrayal had left deep scars, and she struggled to see beyond Daniel's apologies. She questioned whether their relationship could ever return to what it once was, or if it had irreparably changed. One evening, as she sat alone in her studio, Sophia stared at a blank canvas. She couldn't bring herself to paint until inspiration struck. Then, slowly, she began to pour her emotions onto the canvas, each stroke a release of pent-up anguish and sorrow. The painting took shape, a heart shattered into pieces yet glimmering with hints of gold where the cracks were filled. Sophia titled the series Fractured Love, a raw and honest portrayal of her journey through betrayal and healing. The series quickly gained attention, with art enthusiasts moved by the depth of emotion captured in each piece. For the first time in months, Sophia felt a flicker of hope, a sense that she could reclaim her life and find peace within herself. Chapter 4. Paths to Healing. As weeks turned into months, both Sophia and Daniel embarked on their respective paths to healing. Sophia continued to immerse herself in her art, finding solace in the creative process. Her sister Eleanor provided unwavering support, encouraging her to attend therapy sessions to navigate her emotions. Daniel, too, made significant strides. Therapy sessions helped him confront the underlying issues that led to his infidelity, stress, communication breakdown, and a failure to prioritize his marriage. He began volunteering at a local community center, seeking fulfillment beyond his corporate career. The work was rewarding, and he found himself rediscovering a sense of purpose and humility. Despite the distance between them, Daniel remained patient, understanding that Sophia needed time and space to heal. He attended every art exhibition, showcasing fractured love, admiring her strength and resilience from afar. Each event deepened his appreciation for her spirit and reinforced his commitment to rebuilding their relationship. Sophia too started to see the changes in Daniel. His consistent efforts and genuine remorse began to soften her guarded heart. She still harbored doubts, but a small seed of trust had been planted, a belief that perhaps their love could withstand the storm. One crisp winter morning, Sophia received an invitation to a private viewing of her latest work. The venue was an upscale art gallery downtown, and the guest list included prominent figures in the art community. Among the invitees was Daniel, whose presence made her heart race. As the night of the exhibition approached, Sophia felt a mix of anxiety and anticipation. She had poured her soul into her paintings, and seeing them displayed in such a prestigious setting was both exhilarating and nerve-wracking. More importantly, the thought of facing Daniel again stirred a whirlwind of emotions within her. Chapter 5. The Gallery Encounter. The gallery was elegantly decorated, the soft hum of conversation filling the air as guests mingled and admired the artwork. Sophia stood by her centerpiece, a large canvas depicting a heart mended with gold, symbolizing the resilience of love despite its fractures. The piece had quickly become the highlight of the series, capturing the essence of her journey. Daniel arrived fashionably late, dressed in a tailored suit that accentuated his presence. His eyes scanned the room until they landed on Sophia. He took a deep breath, gathering his courage before approaching her. "Sophia," he greeted, his voice sincere and tinged with vulnerability. She turned to face him, her heart pounding. "Daniel." For a moment neither spoke, the weight of their shared history pressing between them. Finally, Daniel reached out, taking her hand gently. "You've created something beautiful from the pain we went through. I'm truly proud of you." Sophia looked down, her fingers entwining with his. "Thank you. It's been a long road, but it's helped me understand myself better." They stood in silence, gazing at the painting that had brought them back together. The room seemed to fade away as they focused on each other, the unspoken words hanging in the air. "I've changed, Sophia," Daniel began, his voice earnest. "I left my job because I realized it was draining me more than fulfilling me. Volunteering has given me a sense of purpose I was missing." Sophia nodded, appreciating his honesty. "I can see that, Daniel. You've worked hard to become a better person." He took a step closer, his eyes searching hers. "I know I hurt you deeply, and I can't undo that. But I want to try, if you'll let me. I want to rebuild our marriage stronger than before." Sophia felt a surge of emotions, hope, fear, love, all battling within her. "It's not going to be easy," she admitted. "Trust has to be rebuilt, and that takes time." Daniel smiled softly. "I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I love you, Sophia. I always have." She met his gaze, seeing the sincerity in his eyes. "I love you too, Daniel, but we need to take things one step at a time." They spent the rest of the evening walking through the gallery, reminiscing about their journey and discussing the future. It was a tentative beginning, but it marked the start of their path towards reconciliation. Chapter 6. Rebuilding Together. The months that followed were a period of gradual healing and rediscovery for Sophia and Daniel. They decided to attend couples therapy, eager to address the underlying issues that had led to their separation. The sessions were challenging, bringing to light buried emotions and unspoken grievances. Yet, with each meeting, they found new ways to communicate and understand each other. Sophia's art continued to flourish, her Fractured Love series gaining national recognition. She was invited to showcase her work in several prestigious galleries, each exhibition telling a story of pain, resilience, and the transformative power of love. Her paintings became a source of inspiration, not only for herself, but for others who had experienced similar heartaches. Daniel threw himself into his volunteer work, finding fulfillment in helping others and rediscovering his own passions. He joined a local community centre, mentoring young adults and providing legal assistance to those in need. The work was demanding, but it brought him a sense of purpose that his corporate career had long overshadowed. Together, Sophia and Daniel began to explore new dimensions of their relationship. They took weekend trips to the countryside, enjoying the simplicity of nature and the opportunity to reconnect without the distractions of their busy lives. They rediscovered shared interests, like hiking and cooking, and began to forge new memories that strengthened their bond. One spring afternoon, as flowers bloomed and the air was filled with the scent of fresh blossoms, Daniel suggested they visit the place where they had first met, the art gallery where Sophia's initial exhibition had taken place. Walking hand in hand through the familiar space, memories flooded back. They stood before a painting that had ignited their connection years ago, reminiscing about the whirlwind romance that had brought them together. "I remember how nervous I was that night," Sophia said, a soft smile playing on her lips. Daniel chuckled. "And how you dazzled everyone with your talent. I knew from that moment I wanted to spend my life with you." They paused, taking in the beauty of the gallery and the journey they had undertaken together. "We've come a long way," Daniel mused, "from where we were to where we are now." Sophia nodded, her eyes meeting his. "Yes, we have. And I'm grateful for every step, even the difficult ones. They've made us stronger." Chapter 7. A New Beginning. As the years passed, Sophia and Daniel continued to nurture their relationship, building a foundation grounded in honesty, trust, and mutual respect. Their love had been tested and had emerged more resilient, shaped by the trials they had endured together. Sophia's art became a permanent fixture in their home, each piece a reminder of their journey and the strength they had found within themselves and each other. Daniel, now working part-time at a non-profit organization, found balance in his professional and personal life, prioritizing his marriage above all else. They decided to renew their vows on a warm summer day, surrounded by family and friends who had witnessed their transformation. The ceremony was intimate, held in the very studio where Sophia first painted Fractured Love. As they stood before each other, exchanging promises of unwavering support and enduring love, The room was filled with a sense of renewal and hope. "You shattered my heart," Sophia whispered during her vows, "but through the pieces I found myself and our love reborn." Daniel took her hands in his voice steady and full of emotion. "I was lost, but you guided me back. Together we have rebuilt what was broken, creating something more beautiful than before." Their love story, once marred by infidelity and heartache, had evolved into a testament of resilience and redemption. They had learned that true love wasn't about perfection, but about the willingness to fight for each other, even in the darkest of times. As they embraced, the sun set over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the studio. The shadows of the past had given way to the light of a new beginning, and Sophia and Daniel stood united, ready to face whatever the future held. Together. Epilogue. The legacy of shattered vows. Years later, Sophia and Daniel's story continued to inspire those around them. Their experiences became a beacon of hope for others navigating the tumultuous waters of marriage and forgiveness. Sophia's Fractured Love series was displayed in museums across the country, each piece resonating with audiences who saw their own struggles mirrored in her art. Daniel, now a respected figure in the non-profit sector, dedicated his time to mentoring couples and individuals seeking to heal from betrayal and rebuild their lives. He often spoke about the importance of communication, empathy, and the willingness to change, a message born from his own journey of redemption. Together, they authored a book detailing their story, sharing the lessons they had learned, and offering guidance to those facing similar challenges. The book became a bestseller, touched by readers who found solace in Sophia and Daniel's honest portrayal of love's complexities. In their golden years, Sophia and Daniel reflected on the life they had built together. Their home was filled with love, laughter, and the vibrant colors of Sophia's paintings, a testament to the beauty that can emerge from pain. They had weathered storms, celebrated triumphs, and grown together in ways they had never imagined. Sitting on their porch, watching the sun set over the garden they had cultivated together, Sophia leaned her head on Daniel's shoulder. "We've come so far," she mused. Daniel kissed the top of her head, smiling contentedly. "And there's still so much more ahead of us." Their love story, once defined by betrayal, had transformed into a legacy of healing and unwavering commitment. It was a reminder that even when vows are shattered, with time, effort, and love, they can be rebuilt into something enduring and beautiful. End of Shattered Vows.